Meet me. Welcome back, boys, to another episode of Should You Pull. We kind of have some loaded banners, and at the end of it, we have our first ever light element summon thanks to that Advent side story. So we're going to blow all these bookmarks, and maybe we'll get something good. That's not an Elson. It's almost definitely going to be Elson. But let's start off because these are clearly bait banners to make you blow your bookmarks before, Hyafin comes and whatever new heroes are after that, like Summer, Seria, etc. So let's talk about them because unfortunately these are all very good heroes. So, Fire Charlotte. I don't personally have her built, but a lot of Legend players have her built. Particularly with Landies just rampant in high end RTA. Charlotte is just a very good answer to that. And in fact, she's actually a pretty good answer to other meta heroes like Estene. And the thing about her is, because of her passive, she's actually quite tanky and hits hard, right? Self attack buff, self defense buff, and yeah, she hits really hard. All her attacks are AoE, and the other thing about her is you don't have to really build her with crit chance, because if she hits, it's always a critical hit. So, and it also kind of makes her immune to anti-crit, right? So if you ever ran DN against her and you were wondering why she always crits you, it's because it always crits. It doesn't care about crit hit resistance. And she's just a very strong pocket pick. Like, she's not the kind of hero that you're just going to force into every draft, except for a handful of players. Some double Soul Weaver players love doing something like Ruel, DN, Charlotte, Tanky Counter Landy, something like that in a random night. And they basically try to solo you because, both Landy and Charlotte have team clearing potential. Charlotte's very strong. I don't want to go as far as to call her mandatory. I mean, again, I never built her simply because I didn't have the resources. So she's not mandatory, but high-end RTA is all about options, right? The more options you have, the better. And she is definitely a solid option to have. So if you like her artwork and you like her kit, I'm not going to go as far as say she's a must pull, but she's definitely a strong option. So if you want her, get her. Don't regret it. Elbrus Ritual Sword, definitely an excellent artifact. Was considered one of the most broken artifacts in the game. And it's the same artifact. It's still really good, right? It's just a lot of the knights that utilized it kind of aren't that meta anymore. The quintessential example is Charles, right? When Charles was everywhere, everyone thought Elbrus was broken because you would just get soloed by Charles when he procced this thing every single turn. But now that Charles is kind of off the table, most people that are on this, like even like Tywins used to be on Elbrus, a Tywin, and most of those are wholly sacked now. I'd say like the most common hero I run into Elbrus on now is Fighter Maya. So still a very good artifact, but if you're gonna pull, don't pull on this banner just to get an Elbrus. That's definitely not worth it. Roana. Roana, I almost want to say she's a must pull. She's an automatic win against SSB. Just hard counters SSB. So if you ever see SSB, there's no reason not to pick Rwana, because if Rwana gets through, I'd say about 90% of the time you will win. About as hard a counter to SSB as like Blood Moon Haste is to RB. On top of that, even if they don't have an SSB, she's still pretty solid. Like, has a huge heal on her S3, revive buff. She's quite tanky, like just base, like even with bad gear. Like the thing is, Rowan is the kind of hero where you can put garbage gear on her, and she still does her job exquisitely. And on top of that, she is really good in a lot of PvE content. Like a lot of auto Hell Raid teams are built around Rwana, especially like Queen teams. She's good in that Advent side story in Phase 2. Pretty solid in a lot of Abyss floors. Like pretty much any boss that has like a dual attack mechanic where they're constantly dueling, she will just keep your team healed up all the time. Even the expedition, the hopeless Simacus, however you say it, she's really good against that too. So if you don't have Rwana and you have the spare bookmarks, like again, if you want to save for the limiteds and the collabs and you know you won't have enough resources, maybe you wait and see. But honestly, you just kind of can't go wrong with this hero. Great in PvP. Well, she's great in certain drafts in PvP. You're not going to like first pick her or anything. She's amazing in PvE. That's undeniable. There's just so much PvE content she's really strong in. Just a very strong hero to have. So honestly, both of these you can't really go wrong with. Although if you could only take one, I would definitely take Roana. Straze. Um, if you have the Mystic, should you get him? Yeah, probably. I mean, I think as a cleaver, if you're a cleave player, you might be able to skip it. I think there are better cleave options out there, but again, I keep saying this. In RTA, it's all about options, right? I think he slots in very well in the offensive bruiser meta, particularly with like G Purge teams, because I always said I think his role is kind of similar to Opsig's. Like if you pick a G Purge team and like they have like FCC and you 4 or 5 pick like an Opsig and hide it behind a G Purge, it's almost a force ban in that situation depending on what they drafted, right? If they don't have a way to get rid of the Opsig quickly, they have to ban it or Opsig solos your team. Straze is kind of the same way. Like if you build him just tanky enough where you can reliably survive that first turn and they have no way to get rid of the immunity, and you hide it behind an attack buff like G Purge, maybe DN, and they know they can't stop you from ripping the S3, then it's almost a force ban because unless they have something like Ruel Knight or something where they can expect the Knight to die and just revive it right after. In any other situation, if you have Straze geared properly, he's going to open with a kill every time. So that's a pretty dangerous thing. And again, options. If you have that option, I'm sure you're going to run into draft situations where you go, oh, if I pick Straze, he has no choice but to ban it. So I'm going to say pretty close to a must pull. If you really aren't sure, best thing to always do is wait until you see what the next rotation is. And if the next rotation is something that you really need, like, I think they ran Maid pretty recently. Let's say it's Maid. Like, arguably, would I rather have Straze or Maid or Struzipoo? I would probably have gone for Maid. As much as I enjoy playing Straze, he's just a lot of fun. I think Maid is a lot more toxic, to be honest. I'd rather have Maid. But he's still a very strong hero, I think. Obviously, he's still new. A lot of people are still trying to figure out how he slots into the meta. But I think you won't really regret it. I mean, worst case scenario, he's a lot of fun, and you can even build one-shot hunt teams around him. So absolute worst case scenario, he could be your hunt machine. So just get him. So just to summarize, all of them are pretty good. I'd say Rwana is very close to must-pull tier, especially because she trivializes a lot of PvE content. Charlotte, it's really up to you, but a lot of Legend players love her. And Straze, yeah, if you can afford it, just get it. Just get it. So with that said, let's get to work. Channel nuts. Got to throw out the meeps. And now let's try, we're going to do the light summon last, because it's literally our first time seeing it. Alright, grass summon. What are we going to get? Sid? We always get Sid. Oh, am I a prophet? Let's see. Oh my! I knew it. I knew it. What are the how many 4-star heroes in the game are there? What are the odds of that? Well, 4-star grass heroes. All right. Oh, these are special. Oh, right, from the advent thing to give the. It's 30% for a 5-star, right? I'll take a Kisei. I want some Kisei imprints. Or a Crow. Can't go wrong with Crow either. No. Dominiel. Oh my! Alright, I'm calling them. So give me Kisei now. Give me Kisei. I called the 2 4-stars. Give me Kisei. Nope. Another 4-star. Alright, we're just priming the light summon now. Zerato. Okay, guys. This button has been here for months. Has the wait been worth it? We finally have these silly light connections. 40% chance that we don't, so a little worse than a coin flip that we get a dark shiny here. Boom! Ah! Ah! Alright, let's see what it is. It better not be Elson. Okay. Okay. I mean, I don't need this either, but Elson is always a punch in the face, so... Continue, what a joke. How are we ever going to continue? So I guess I'll see this button again in 2023. Can't say it was worth the wait, but hopefully it was for you. So, anyways, for those of you who do decide to summon on these banners, best of luck. Make sure you go to Channel Nuts, throw in a meep, and I hope you get what you want. And for those of you who are, well, all of you should be getting their little free light summon. I hope you guys get a filthy ML5, possibly a maid, who knows. So anyways, thanks for watching. Till next time, boys. Peace out.